everybody! So, the next piece I want you to listen to is the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. Now, it's a video from the ballet, the Nutcracker. You may or may not have seen it before, but I guarantee you're going to recognize the music. It's one of the most recognizable pieces from the show. It was written, the entire suite, so all of the music, the score for the Nutcracker, was written by a Russian composer called Tchaikovsky. Now, I'm not going to try and spell his name for you, but Tchaikovsky wrote a lot of beautiful classical songs that you would probably recognize that we associate with the Nutcracker and with winter time. But I love this specific song because it has one of my very favorite, if not my very favorite, instrument in it. It's called the glockenspiel. Can you guys say glockenspiel? Yeah, the glockenspiel is an instrument that looks a lot like a xylophone. Now, more than likely, you would get those two items confused. Like in an orchestra, when you see them, a lot of people mistake the glockenspiel for a xylophone. Now, they do look very similar, but here's how you know the difference. A xylophone is made of wood. Okay, so both are percussion, both have the different pieces that, get bigger and smaller and make different melodic notes. So like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. As they get smaller in size, they make a higher pitch. But a xylophone is made of xylo, which is a word for wood, and it comes from Africa. That idea, that thing, came from Africa originally. And the glockenspiel is an instrument that we think came from Germany, and it's made out of metal, glocks. So glocks, it's kind of like, a bell. When you hit a bell, it makes that higher pitch because it's metal. A glock is like that. It's something that you hit that's metal and makes a higher pitch. So they look really similar, but the glockenspiel is what makes that dun 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 that you would recognize in the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy that you're going to watch and listen to. Okay? So go and watch that. And then the last actual educational piece for this week, it came from a question. I asked different students, and I told students, hey, is there anything you want to learn about before the end of the year? And one really good question I got was Brady Cole. He said, hey, where did Jingle Bells come from? What's the history of Jingle Bells? I don't know where it came from. So, in case you were wondering, I researched it. Jingle Bells actually started as a Thanksgiving song that, and the actual origin of where it was written is still up for debate. The guy who wrote it was James Pierpont. I'm not really sure which way you say it, but it was in the 1850s, so around Civil War-ish times, and he lived a couple of different places, but he was originally from Massachusetts, and Massachusetts is kind of a colder area, and the original name for the song was One Horse Open Sleigh, because that's the way the song begins, and it was just about the wintertime. If you listen to the words specifically, nowhere in it doesn't mention Christmas at all. It just talks about the snow and riding and listening to the bells jingle because the horses are pulling the sleigh. And it's that really fun, exciting song. But there's debate over where he wrote it. Some people say he wrote it once he moved down to the south and he was living near the beach and he was remembering back into the winters when he lived up north. Some people said, no, he wrote it while he was in Boston, or he wrote it while he was in different places like that. It doesn't really matter where he wrote it, but the song itself was originally entitled One Horse Open Sleigh. And that name just didn't really stick. Everybody just kept calling it that Jingle Bell song. And so that's the name that we know today. And it's the tune that everyone around the world can recognize and hear because it's very simple. It's kind of that folk song feel as well. So there you go, Brady. There's the answer to your question. The version y'all are going to watch is actually from a performance with the Disney sing-along that happened a couple weeks ago. Derek Huff and his partner, Haley, they do a really fun jazz routine to Jingle Bells. So I hope you enjoy that. And the very, very last thing before it's time to go is one of my very favorite Christmas fun songs, the Christmas Can Can. Now it's a medley, a combination of songs performed by Straight No Chaser. I found them several years back when they were on a PBS special somewhere, and I was a teenager, and I saw them on TV, and I was like, wow, these guys are really, really good. They have some amazing Christmas music. You've heard some of it before, but this song, the Christmas Can Can, is really, really fun. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas and a wonderful holiday season. I'll see you guys next year. Bye.